What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back into JC's Pop Culture with me, JC, where you can see all kinds of pop culture content. Could be anything from trailer reactions to movie reviews or what we have today. More EA Sports college football news, continuing to get little updates in the lead up to the full reveal, which we're getting in May, and we now know exactly what day that full reveal is supposed to come as well. Per Matt Brown, that's one of the updates we have here. We'll talk about that momentarily. I talked in the previous video about the release date. That's rumored and continued to almost, be confirmed again by Matt Brown here. We'll talk more about that. But he also provides us a great update on the transfer portal and how it may function in the game versus how it is currently going on in real life, which is pretty much the damn wild west right now in college football, right? So they're going to have to kind of tamper that a little bit in the game, it sounds like. But we'll give you the update on the transfer portal and how it's going to function in the game. Don't worry, players will still be able to transfer multiple years and stuff just like in real life, but might not be just as wide open as it is in real life. And I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, because I think we can all agree it's a little bit fucking crazy right now in college sports with NIL and transfer portal and shit. Not a lot of fucking what's the word I'm looking, oversight, I guess, in regards to how that's being handled, so hopefully they'll get some regulation there eventually. But as far as how it's going to function into the game, Matt Brown's got us a little update on that, and then of course a little personal update of my own. One of my favorite players that's going to be in the game, I'm going to throw in at the end, and I think it's someone that if you're a fan of the game, you'll want to know about, because I think college football fans will know a lot about him by the end of this season. But that being said, let's get into the updates here for EA Sports College Football 25. And how about we lead it off with a little bit of marketing shit? We talked about the full reveal coming in May. It's been kind of quiet ever since, in the lead up until then, ever since that trailer came out, and a little bit of news a week or two after that. It's been pretty quiet since then, but we've seen a little bit of marketing start to pick up now. And one of these things you may have seen is a lot of campuses around the country are starting to see these posters pop up there on the campuses. Here's Florida and Michigan posted here. If you saw the thumbnail of this video and shit, I'm sure you saw other schools. Ohio State has them, Alabama, ton of teams. And you see they've got the players that are going to be on the game listed by their position, some of the favorite players on the team, some of the bigger names on each team. And then, of course, you got the College Football 25 logo, the helmets, the crowds. Pretty cool shit here. So it's just exciting to see that we're getting that close, that marketing's starting to ramp up just a teeny little bit. So I wanted to share that. Marketing beginning is a big thing, because that means we're getting close, guys. We're getting close to this game. And shout out to EA Sports College Football out for sharing those couple pictures there on social media. But what we're really excited for is that full reveal that's coming in May, right? And we've been talking about, July 19th now, all but confirmed to be the release date. We're just waiting for EA to come out and confirm it, but it seems like it's coming from a lot of different places, including Matt Brown, who has pretty much come out and said, yeah, that's the date he's been told as well. But he also threw in a nice little tidbit there for us that May 16th is the target date for the full reveal. That's probably when we'll start getting the trailer. Who knows whatever else is going to come along with that, probably website, all kinds of good shit. So it'll be a ton to report on here, in the second week of May. Once we get there, May 16th, it looks like, for the full reveal, and July 19th for the release of this game. And shout out to everything EA College Football for putting some of this on social media as well. But how about some more news from Matt Brown? Here's the transfer portal shit I wanted to get into a little bit, because I thought this was an interesting update he threw in there as well when talking about the full reveal. He says, to be as realistic as possible, athletes would need to be able to transfer more than once, obviously, because it's, like I said, wide open and shit right now in college football. But what if roster management in a video game really looked exactly like it did in real life college football? It would be too overwhelming to be fun for the majority of players. I'm told that EA is planning on allowing athletes to transfer more than once, but is also working to figure out the right to balance to make roster management fun and approachable. So, they're going to try and tamper it a little bit, like I said, and that just goes to show you how fucking far this has gone in college football, right? The fact that the game is going to have to make it less likely that a player transfers than they do with real life just shows how crazy it is right now in the college landscape. But there's a little bit of an update upon how the transfer portal may function in your dynasties and shit. In EA Sports College Football 25, players will be able to transfer more than once, but you're not going to see a player going, 4 times, hopefully, it sounds like, in this game. So that's probably positive news, I guess, for guys that are trying to keep some of their best players in dynasty mode. And like I said, the last little update I have on here is just one that's pretty personally selfish of me, because this is my favorite player in college football, guys. Jem White, running back at WVU. If you don't know his name, you will by the end of this season. I guarantee it. He just posted he's opted in the game, and that's big news for me, because I'm going to be tearing shit up with him. Apologies to my future opponents ahead of time for what I'm about to do. I'm going to win a couple Heismans. We're talking, 2K rushing yards in a season and shit. You never know what I'm going to do with Jem. And I think, a lot of people might remember back on, the PS2 days, WVU was unstoppable. Pat White and Steve Slayton on the roster. I'm telling you, West Virginia on this EA Sports College Football 25 game is going to become, I think, a favorite team, kind of for people to run with as well, because Garrett Green at quarterback's a great runner, and Jaheim White at running back's probably the most explosive running back we've had since those Slayton days. West Virginia going to be running that same type of attack. People are really going to like WVU on this game. Watch out for Jaheim White. He only played in like 6 games last year because he was a true freshman, didn't get involved until kind of the midpoint of the season. Over 700 yards rushing, over 9 yards per carry once he became the feature back as a true freshman. Dude is special, speedy, quick twitch, can make you miss in a phone booth. A lot of fun to watch. Watch out for Jaheim White in college football this season. And if you're playing me on the game, watch out for him there as well on EA Sports College Football 25. But just a selfish little update, and my WVU fans will like it. Fans of my other channel, Country Roads Webcast, will love that I'll throw this video at the end. But that's all I got here as far as the updates are concerned. So that will pretty much wrap up another update video here. We're getting ready to, lead up into the marketing ramp up into, the full reveal, all that good shit coming next month for EA Sports College Football 25. So going to be a ton of news for it here on JC's Pop Culture. So if you're a fan of that game, if you're a fan of movies, TV shows, especially comedy, superhero movies, horror movies, all that shit's right up my alley. So if it sounds like it's up yours too, be sure hop along for the ride here, JC's Pop Culture, by hitting that subscribe button. And if you made it this far in the video as well, you can help out a ton just by clicking that thumbs up button. Giving a like on the video helps a shit ton with the YouTube algorithm. You throw your thoughts in the comments on anything EA Sports College Football related, anything covered here in the video. I always enjoy talking about the game here. Going to be a lot to talk about in the lead up to its release. But having said that, I appreciate you tuning into this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.